Okay, so today we are going to start for Java. So I assume all of you guys are not aware about the programming language, how it works, or like you are coming with a zero experience or knowledge in terms of language. So today we'll cover the the fundamental things and how it works, what is programming language, what is Java, how we can implement to our day-to-day life. Okay, so everything will start the session. So you can see all these topics. Even these topics I already mentioned, in the group. So these are all topics we'll cover. So my intention is if we cover at least these topics, you can easily switch to Selenium after completing Java. And once you complete Selenium, I think you can start, doing automation. Okay. So even for your personal use also you can start automation. So we have another guy I just want to introduce with you guys. We have Ravi, who has a good amount of knowledge in terms of Java. So I want Ravi, can you just share your experience? At the same time, I want you to just uh, you know start the session.
Sure, Makhan. Thank you. Hello, guys. This is Ravi. So, I was with Operation for 5 years. So, prior to that, I was working as a Java instructor in a private institution. That's the reason I have the knowledge of Java. And I also assume, as Makhan was saying, that you guys are not aware of Java. So, we'll start with the very basics that will help you to build your foundation. So, once your foundation will strong, your base will strong, then we can build, we can develop developing skills or coding skills on that. So, guys, I think I'm going to go very basic. So, you will understand that what are we going to do in our future, in near future. Okay, guys. So, shall we start?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
Thank you, Ravi.
okay, guys. So, Makhan, shall I start?
Yes, Ravi, please.
Okay, yeah. So, the very first thing before we know what is programming language or what is Java, so everybody knows that Java is a programming language. So, before knowing programming language, we should know what is the language. Okay, so I am not going to waste a lot of time just asking you a question. Rather, I'll explain that what is a language and what is the basics. So, language is nothing but a medium through which we communicate with each other, right? So, just I'm using English now communicate with you guys. In the same way, the programming language is also a language with which we communicate with the computer. So, when I'm talking about the communication, when I'm talking about the medium, so don't think about verbal communication. Just think about the written communication because coding happens in the written form, not in a verbal form, right? So, so what is this programming language? So, programming language is just a medium through which we communicate with the computer. We tell the computer that what we have to do, what we want to do. So that is a program, that is a programming language. And Java, yes, Java is one of the popular programming language in the world, which is last time when I checked internet at that time, I think more than 3 billion devices run on Java. So that is the popularity and the power of Java. And there are a lot of languages like a C Sharp, we have C++, we have a lot of we have Python, but Java is the most used language, and this language used to develop lot kind of applications. There are a lot of application which we can develop by using Java. So, and the popular ones are Android, everybody knows about it, and web application, desktop application. Say all these kind of application are are developed by using Java, guys. Is it clear, guys, till now?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Ravi.
Okay, so this is Java. So, and next thing, so there are a lot of fancy words you can listen, you heard when you talk about Java. Java is a secure language, simple language, multi-thread language. These are all the features of Java which we are going to see in the future. But at this point of time, you understand only one thing, that Java is a programming language that used to develop application, that used to communicate with the computer. So that is the thing. Okay. Then later there are a lot of other things come. What do you say? Portable language, then network neutral language. That we understand once we get into it, and that is a bit boring topic. That's the reason we are skipping it, and we are going to tell you how and how the Java works, how we work with the Java. That's it, guys. So our intention is very clear, especially Makhan intention is very clear, that you can be able to develop the Java rather than writing an exam for Java. That's it. Am I right, Makhan?
Yes, Ravi, you are absolutely
Yeah,
right.
right. Now, I think this is the introduction of Java. So when we talk about the syntax and naming convention, so what is the syntax? So guys, just I want to ask you one question now. When we write any letter or any email, then how do we write? Can anybody please tell me? How do we write an email?
I mean, in a proper format, you meant to say?
Yeah, right. Absolutely right. But how? What is a format for it?
I believe it starts with hello, I mean greetings, or
Right.
and s- from to I mean subject and all that. Then we begin with the body.
Right. Absolutely right. Right. Yep, you are right. So we start with a salutation, then we'll be having a subject line, then we will be having a body of the email, the main part of it. Then later we end with the regards, right? So this is a format. So for written communication, we use a format, guys. And you just think about it. If we just miss it, okay, miss in the sense, if we misorder that, we just first we write body, then we write salutation, then we write regards. Will it be good? It won't be, right? So in the same manner, whenever somebody reads it, he feels that okay, it feels like awkward. Okay, I mean, this guy, whether he knows the etiquettes or not, email etiquettes or not, letter etiquettes or not, because has written first body, then something else, then something else. So in the same manner, guys, this programming language Java also has a format, so which is simply called as a syntax. So there is a format that for each and everything, whenever we write any program, there is a specific format for it, and we have to use that format. So when we miss that format, then we get the syntactical error. Then compiler will just throw an error stating that you missed this. So that is called a syntax, guys. So syntax is nothing but a format that we have to follow while writing the program. Is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Makhan, can you just show one hello world program?
Sure.
Any doubts on it, guys? Till now?
Yeah, I have one doubt.
Yeah,
Yeah, this syntax are case sensitive, or we can write any cases.
absolutely case sensitive. I'm going to tell this. I'm going to tell you this. So syntax, like I'll tell you one thing, guys. Why is it case sensitive? So this is a machine. This is not. So for example, I'll tell you a simple example. When I ask my wife to make a tea, she directly go to the kitchen and makes tea. Okay, she doesn't ask that tea shall I make and shall I do, how do I do that. She doesn't even ask me anything. She doesn't make. But this is a machine. When you tell it to something, then you have to tell it in a very clear format, very clear way. Each and every step should be clear. So if you miss that, then it will not understand, because we human beings are intelligent, where the computer is a dumb machine. So it doesn't have intelligence. It has the power of calculation. It has the power of operation. That's it. So we have to clearly tell that how do we have to do something? How do we want to do something? And when you make it, for example, when you write Shivraj, so it doesn't matter whether you write a small capital letter Shivraj or small letter Shivraj, but it definitely matters for Java or matter for any other programming language. Am I clear, Shivraj?
Yeah.
So, sorry to interrupt. So, I mean, capitalization or the proper formatting is also necessary. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah, case sensitive format, everything comes under the syntax.
Okay, thank you.
And I have a request, guys. Whenever you asking question, please tell your name, then ask question, so I can identify the voice who is asking the question.
Sorry about
Because
that. Ah,
no problem. Because I'm new to this team, so I recently joined. So I don't know most of you people. Or do one thing, Makhan, just write in a notepad also. That's no problem. Just write a public
Okay.
class, any
Yeah.
class name. Following that, the public
Sure.
static void main, then just system.out.println. That's more than enough.
Yeah. I think it's open.
A little bit. So once you open, we just copy and paste it over there. That's it. It will work.
I think it's open. 1 second, it's open already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So write your code there. Just write. Okay. Write write your code there. Just system.out.println, and inside that you just add just hello world. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I'm not wrong. Dhaval was saying that initially, when we write an application, when we write an email, the first we start with the salutation, and then subject, then the body, and then the regards. Right, Dhaval?
yes, Ravi.
Here, guys, there are few things that you have to mug up. That's it. Initially, I'll tell you each and everything. What is the meaning of public, then the class, main. Then I'm going to explain each and everything about that. But at this point of time, you just okay, make sure, or just you just take it grant that the first two lines, wherever the public class main, then the curly braces start, then the public static void main string just think about it as a salutation that you have to use in each and every program. Okay, each and every program, whenever you write even a small program, it doesn't matter. It's a big. You have to make sure that that should be there. That public class main and public static void main string args, that should be there. So just treat it as a salutation. Hello. Okay, hello Dhaval, like that. You treat it as a salutation and you keep it there. And just it's better that you mug up. And later, when we go to the when we start the concept of oops, then I'll just explain you what is the meaning of public class main method, and then public static void main. All these things I'll definitely going to explain you. But at this point of time, you make sure the first two lines, the public class main and the public static void main string, and the bottom we have two curly braces. Those are the regards. Just consider that as a in such way. Then next thing, system.out.println, whatever we written in hello Java, that you consider as a body of the email in this here, and it is considered as a body of the program. Clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay, that's it. So this is a syntax. So how does it work? We have to start with the public class main, open the curly brace, then public static void main, string args, then again open the curly brace, and here whatever you wanna write, you write it. And however you wanna code, just code it. And you have to end like regards. You have to end with the two curly braces, closing two curly braces. That's it, guys. This is the syntax of it. And one more thing, I think there are a lot of other things comes into the syntax. So for example, so I'll tell you, when I'm talking about my name is Ravi, so it's very simple. So this is a format, this is a way sentence creation that I should use in a such a way that my name is Ravi. But I can't use My Ravi is name, so I can't use it in such way, right? So this is also called a syntax guys that we have to follow. And what is that syntax? In the further classes, we are going to see that. So I think by this time, I assume that you are aware of what is programming language, what is Java, and what is syntax. Is it clear, guys? Or any doubts?
No,
Yeah,
Ravi,
as of
I
now.
believe that's clear.
Yeah, so clear.
Okay. Okay, Makan. I think I'm done with this. You can proceed with our agenda. I mean, whatever we have next topics.
Yeah.
Operators.
Thank you, Ravi.
No
So
problem.
now you have like uh, observed that how it works with the syntax and all, and especially just that should be with the proper format, so we can't skip or we can't make a rearrangement with the syntax. It should be the way it should. So now we are going to start the next topic called data types. Okay, so what is a data type? Any idea? Do you have any just idea? Just it's not I'm forcing to answer it. Just I want anyone if have any little bit of idea about data types. Why we need data type?
I believe that's to inform the system that what type of data it is, like if it's a numerical, it's a symbol, or it's a text, etc.
Yeah, like it's like it's correct. Yeah. So data type specially we use, okay, for what reason I will just tell you. So in our operating system, this is memory allocation. So this is entire this is given to Java. So suppose from your OS whatever you have 2 GB to 4 GB, whatever you have a space, so it will allocate for a specific for the Java. So now to Java allocation, the data allocation, how it works. So suppose this is the entire area where we can store our all the data. Okay, all the data. So how we will store it? So for that we create data types. Okay, first of all I will tell you what is data type. Data type is just we are storing. Okay, so to store any value we need some container. For example, take one simple example, uh, a water bottle. Okay, so what we can, if you have an empty water bottle, what we can enter, like a put, you can put water. So water is your value. Okay, and what about your bottle? Bottle will be your container, right? So data types, it's a kind of a it will store, it will represent your the data, what kind of data you are going to store. Okay, so in Java we have data types into different category. I'm just writing data type. Okay, so this is the data type. So data type has two different uh, category. One is primitive data type. Primitive data type. This is primitive data type. Okay, so primitive data type, and another is non-primitive data type. Okay, non-primitive data type. This is, we have two kind of data types. So now under primitive data type we have another, total we have 8 data types under primitive, 8 types. Okay, so now the names are I'm just writing the names. Okay, so first is int. So int is nothing, integer value. So this is the int category. So integer value means, suppose you want to enter any value, right? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 kind of value. In that category they have segregated this as an integer. Next we have char. So I will cover all it. Okay, so char means it's a character. So character means only one alphabet is allowed. Suppose there may be some data where you want to use as a char. Okay, so only one you want to use as a only single initial this is you can consider. So this is char. Another data type is there which is called byte. Okay, this is one kind of data type. Okay, next we have Boolean. Okay, Boolean means any data you want as a true or false, okay, kind of data you will store for Boolean. So any kind of data, suppose like any question mark on the any data. So if it's a true or false, or like for example you are doing calculation, like you are saying 10 is greater than 8. Obviously 10 is greater than 8, right? That means true. If not, then it's false. Okay, so that kind of data if you want to store, so you will use Boolean. Okay, now another one is float. Floating data, like decimal value, 1.1, 1.0, any kind of decimal value. This is also one category you can store directly there. Okay, this is float. Then another type is there, double. So double is also decimal, like you can use 1.1, or like kind of any kind of decimal value you can store to double. Next is long. Okay, so any long kind of, so like long in the sense, suppose you want to enter a big number, suppose uh, any big number you want to enter, for example any kind of number, suppose 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, this kind of number you want to store. Okay, so the number which you are going to put, okay, this is the value, right? This is called value. Whatever you are entering, this is called value, and the value where you are storing under data type. Okay, so this data type, any kind of data type, will create a space in the memory location allocation. Okay, so any data, okay, any single alphabet, it will always consider as a 2 byte. Okay, single alphabet, suppose here M is there, right? Any single alphabet or any single number, it will always consider as a 2 byte. Now I will tell you, this is the primitive. Okay, we'll come for non-primitive after some time. So for primitive, we have a default value. Okay, so default value, for example, if um, default value, so default value should be always 0 for which type of data type. One is int, okay, one is your this decimal like long, okay, and one is short, right? One more is there, yeah, I missed that, short. One more data type is called short. Okay, so any data type like short, okay, or you can say int, byte, okay, or long, it will always, the default value of this type of data type is always be 0. Okay. Now another is default value equal to 0 0.0. This is another, default value. 0 0.0 is for this float and double. So I will again repeat: integer, then short, then long, then byte. Okay, these kind of data types default value is always 0. Okay, in interview also it may ask, just for your knowledge you should know these things. Even if this is also like you can implement while doing, coding things. So you should know the default value for what. So we'll cover in coding session how it works. So I'm just giving you the, high level of what is data type, why we use the data type. We use to store the value to the memory. Okay, this is the simple, because you cannot put this any data to the memory location, right? You can't assign this data directly. You need some mediator, right? By this mediator only it will, store to the memory. So these are the, you can say in simple word, these are the mediator. They will, represent for different set of data. For integer kind of value, int is there, character, any initialization, any this single alphabet, it will, take care by char. Byte also same, any number it will take care. So these are all primitive data type. Now when you say non-primitive data type, so specially for non-primitive data type is, in other way you can say, user defined. Okay, user defined, this is. So we have four non-primitive data type. One is called string. Okay, second, we'll come these things later in details how it works, non-primitive things. Second is array. Okay, so just for right now, just focus on these two, because these two it's very frequently using, non-primitive data type, string and array. Okay, so we so far we understand that there are data types are divided into two category. One is primitive data type, one is non-primitive data type. Under primitive data type we have eight kind of, eight types of uh, primitive data type: integer, character, byte, boolean, float, double, long, short. These are part of integer data type, and we saw the default value 0 for integer, byte, long, and short, right? And default value 0 0.0 for float and default, double kind of things. So especially for boolean, okay, there is no right now boolean is only is a condition kind of things. Okay, so you will the default value for boolean always false. Okay, so it's a different kind of things, so it will not give you any 0 or a 0 point dot. So the, this is only applicable where you have a condition kind of things, true or false. That time you use the boolean data type. So the default value for boolean, just for your, knowledge, you should know that the default value for boolean is always false. So this is the integer type. Okay, now we'll go to ID and we'll try to implement. Okay. So as Ravi mentioned, everything is case sensitive. Okay. So when I say int, okay, suppose I want to store some data. Now I am writing int a.
Makhan.
Yeah,
So it's better that I think we'll proceed with the variables also. Once we complete the variable, then the data type concept will become very easy then.
yeah. So yeah, I'm just trying to cover all the data types. So now this is int. Okay, I will put character C. So I said this is for initialize, like you can use only one alphabet. So any data type, okay, whenever you enter any data type, so this is int, right? This is int is what? So let me write few more. Okay, so long L, I'm putting 100, short S, I'm putting 200. Then let me cover these four first. Okay, so see, what is int? Int, it's a data type. What kind of data type? This is a primitive data type. Okay, now what is 10? 10 is a value, right? 10 is a value. So I give you example. So like bottle and the water. So this is your bottle. Okay, so this is your bottle where you will you know uh, fill your water. So this is your water. Now what is this? Okay, so this is called variable. Okay, why we need variable? So Java, like this is this is only the point of contact for each and every data type. This will only responsible to store, allocate your data. Okay, so obviously we can't put data to the memory directly 10. Obviously if I just remove int, I should get if I just write or see when I'm getting this error. So error will be there because so a is nothing without a data type. Okay, but when you say a, it's a variable. So variable, it is a piece of memory that can contain a data value. Okay, a variable, this has a data type. Suppose this variable will store your data, whatever data, it will only help you to store your data to the memory. Otherwise, you can't store directly any data to the memory. Okay, this is what the data variable, and you can store, you can put any name. It's not mandatory. The variable name can be anything. Okay, so Ravi, you can, if you want to add, you can also add in terms of variable.
Yeah, sure, Makhan. So, guys, I think before I'm going to tell anything about variable, I'm going to tell you a very smart story, very short story about that. So, guys, I think I'm talking about myself. We are a pseudo vegetarians, guys. Okay. So, what is the meaning of it? So, on a Sunday, oh, sorry, on Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday, we eat only vegetarian. Remaining day we eat non-vegetarian. So, how does it matter here? I'll tell you. So, for that, what did my mother do? She just segregate the vessels into two different categories. One is vegetarian vessels, second is non-vegetarian vessels. So, so on a veg day, we prepare food only in vegetarian vessels. On non-veg day, we prepare food in non-vegetarian vessels. So here, what did my mother do? She segregate, she define, or she declare vessels as a vegetarian vessel and non-vegetarian vessel. Hope you understand what I mean to say now. So here also, here in data types, when I'm talking about the variables, what are the vessels? Vessels are the containers. Okay, the vessels are the container contain the food, where we use that vessel to prepare the food, that contain the food. In the same manner, the variables are something that contains the value, guys. So these are the containers. So variables are nothing but the containers, and we just store the values in them and we use them for our operation. For example, here, as Makhan declares it as defines it as a int a equal to 10. So what is the meaning of it? So we are assigning the value of 10 to a. So a holds value of 10 now, and he do the same thing, that int b equal to 10, then it holds again one more 10, and when we add them both together, then that becomes 20. Okay, the same manner, we have one bottle, we have water, and we have second bottle also, we have water. When we mix together them, then we put it into the third bottle. So that is called, the containers are called as a variable, guys, or variables are called the container, guys. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now what is int? What is char? As Makhan say, what is int? What is char? Then what is long short? So nothing but just remember my mother's. Okay, my mother, as she has declared, she has defined, she segregate two different categories, right? So one is what? One is vegetable veg container. Second is a non-veg container. So these is the categories, or these are the difference, or how can we say? So this integer character byte short long is nothing but defining the data. So what kind of data or what kind of food that we are going to prepare in this container. So that is something called as a data types, guys. So data types is nothing but type of the data. This talks about type of the data. What kind of data that we are going to store in this particular variable, in this particular container. Any doubts on that, guys?
No, thank you.
Clear? Okay. Yeah, okay. Proceed.
So yeah, thank you, Ravi. So in data type also, we have to follow the syntax. Okay, so you can see all, is a lower case. You can't put as a, uppercase. You can't put like this. Okay, or you can't make this. It's a different concept that also we'll cover later. Okay, why we can't, I uppercase. We see immediately you are getting error, right? So this we have to always, keep in our mind that we can't use, this data types as a uppercase. Okay, at the at the same time, the same kind of data, suppose that I want to store right now, I first time what I did, int a I store is 10. Now again I want int a 20. It will not allow. So duplicate, you know with the same name, you can't enter twice. So you can see there is a symbol, right? So this is error. Okay, so you can see the variable a is already defined in the scope. That means you can't make a variable name as a duplicate, means you can't use twice. But if I make any changes, suppose I want a1, that you can do, because this is a unique, right? So this also applicable for all kind of data types. You can't make same variable name, okay, more than one. I hope you understand, right, what I mean to say. So
Yes.
yeah, so now you can see this is the data types. I just entered this. Okay, these are the 4 data types. So I'm just going to run. Okay, but I will not get any result. I will show you why. So okay, so prior to that, I just want to tell you one more thing. System.out.println, whatever we are writing within the double quote, okay, this is our output statement. Okay, whatever you are writing within double quote, this is only the output. Okay, this is our output. And there are few things in Java. Okay, we have comments concept. For example, comment means you don't want to get any action on that particular line. Okay, so this is a comment. So a comment in Java is start with this symbol. Okay, double slash you put twice, and this is commented. That means this is commented. Okay, and now whatever you are writing after this, it will not execute. Guys, can you go on mute? So I'm getting some noise. So these are the comments. Okay, now suppose I want these 4 lines as a comment, means I don't want to execute these 4 lines. Okay, what you can do, you can do like this also. It will comment. That means you don't want this line. Okay, but if you have 100 of lines, suppose, or 20, 30 lines, you can't go individually and do commenting. In that case, what you can do, you can just put like this comment. Okay, it will comment your all this, so it will not allow. One second. So this is the multi-line comment. Okay, this is called multi-line comment. That means in you don't want from this end to like to this, you don't want any coding. Okay, so this is called comment. And what every in Java there is one thing, after ending your statement. Okay, you have to put this semicolon. Okay, that means you are ended with this semicolon, means you have completed this statement. So Java will always execute line by line. So first it will go here and it will check this value. After this it will come here, then it will come here. Okay, so line by line execution happens in Java. And so why we have main, because this is the entry point of Java. Any programming you want to execute, so you should have a main method. So without main method you can't execute any program in Java. That's why we use main method. Okay, so now you can ask a question. We have main method here, main here, and main here. So see, there is one difference. This main is a class, because it's a always class create in the first uh, alphabet should be in uppercase. Okay, that means it's a class. And this is completely lowercase, all this, that means it's a method. Okay, so whatever you can see in this main is a method. Okay, and this is a class. Now I want to print, okay, all this value. What I can do, system dot out dot print ln. Okay, now what you can do, we will take these values. Okay, we are so this is the integer, right? But it's who represents this data type or value? This a only represents, right? So we'll put a here. Okay, one second. Now for example, I want the printout for a. What I should get for a? I should get 10, right? Let me just run. So earlier, what I make the changes, I said, right? So any execution you want, so the all this should be under the main method. So uh, I, first time I just, put these things under the class, but main method was the below all these data types. So that's why it will not give you the any output. It will throw error. Okay. So any execution only happens, anything you are writing, it should be always under the main method. So when you run the Java program, it first go to the main method, and after that whatever is there within the main method, it will give you the printout. Okay, so this is how it works. Now I want same, just I'm copy and paste. So now this is C, right? So if I just put C, same, if I just put this is L, I will tell you one thing. Okay, I did one mistake. I'm just going to tell you. Let me just complete this. Okay, so I need all these four: A's value, C's value, L's value, and S value. Now if I run, I will get all these four's value. Okay, data types value. Now you can see, right, the 10 is coming from here, this M is coming from here, and this L value 100 is there, 200 is there. But remember, we have discussed that if there is any long, right, any long value, or for example, or double. Okay, let me put as a double. Okay, so any double value or float value. So what I said, it should always give me the decimal, value, right? Now just let me run again. The default value should, I said, 0.0, right? The output should be like 0.0 or whatever. Like it should be come with the decimal value. Okay, but see, now just I change it, right? I first one is integer value, M is second is initial, it is giving me M. Now you can see, right? So L, I printed L and I put 100, right? And it is giving me 100 dot, 0 and 200 dot, because this is a double, right? So double data type will always give me decimal value. Now let's check if I just put like this. Okay, I don't, so this is what I did. I declared the value. This is called the declaration of the value, means I declared it. Okay, now what I am doing, I am removing the value, and you know this is called initialization. That means you have just initialized the value. Okay, but it will not work. Okay, because it doesn't contain anything, right? If suppose I want A, so it will not give me anything. Okay, that means whenever you are declaring anything, that means the value should be present, otherwise it will not work. Okay, now check with Boolean. So IntelliJ is very smart. When you type something related to the keyword, it will auto populate. So now I'm putting B. Okay, and I'm just saying, one second. boolean b equal to 10 greater than 5. Okay, I'm saying 10 is greater than 5. Now what I'm doing, I'm just now what I need to change it to b, right? So I want the actual value of this. Okay, now I will run. So I should get uh, true, right? 10 is greater than 5. It should not give me false. See, you can see this is coming true, right? But if I just make the changes, suppose I do 15, and if I try to run, it should give me the false value. Like here I should get the value as a false. Now you can see, right? This is coming false. So this is how the data type works. So I will also cover one thing. This is called string. Okay. So string is a not a actually it's a class, but at the same time it will we can use as a data type. Means it's a non-primitive data type. Okay. So now I'm putting, because any keyword start with uppercase, it's a class, always it's a considered as a class. Okay, now I'm putting string s equal to java session. I should get error. Okay, why I should get error, I will tell you. Now you can see already one s I earlier declared, right? That's why first one consider is the correct S. So I said, right, Java will only execute line by line. Okay, that's why even this one it shows like incorrect already you have mentioned. Now I will just make as some different. So I am putting as R. Okay, now the error is gone. You can see there is no error. Now, for example, I will take just copy this one and paste it. Now I'll just represent this one R. Now whatever you are writing within the double quote, within the string code, okay, it will give you the print. So here you can't use this. Okay, you can use, but it should be within the double quote. Suppose for example, I want this way, I want to use the way I use for other. I just want string also like this, but it will give you error because it's always like for a string you have to always whatever you want to get the output, it should be always within the double quote. It could be anything, like you want 10 or any name, even both I'm doing. My name is 10 for example, and I'm just running it. Okay, it will not give me any error, it will give the exact whatever I have written here. Okay, let me just run. Okay, this is what. So why I'm taking too much time, because this is a very crucial things in the data type. If you are not clear with the data type, you can't proceed with the next thing. So here you can do lot of things. You can, so instead of writing many times, you can just do like plus, you can use this. Okay, so I want suppose a plus c plus l plus s plus b, okay, plus r. For example, so let me just remove B because it's a true and false things. That's why I can't plus minus anything. Okay, it will not work. Okay, the Boolean data type I cannot do any calculation. So rest all I can do. Now I will just run it. So I said, right, Boolean is a completely different. It's only used for the logical things. Okay, true or false kind of things. You can't use for other. Now you can see, right, it is coming. Now hello Java is coming. This is what the hello Java first. Okay. Now you can see 387. Okay. So now it's 300, like 200 plus 100, 300. Okay, then let me check how it calculated. 387.0. Okay, let me make simple. So I'm just taking A and not A. Actually, I'm taking A plus L plus S. It's easy. Now I should have 100, 210. That means 310. So let's run. So you can also do practice, okay? Data types, just use this way. So you are getting 310, right? Why this zero is coming? Because of this, float or double kind of things. Okay, just zero is there. So you can do any kind of calculation, plus, minus, okay, anything. Suppose you can do minus also. This way also you can do. You can do multiply, anything, any calculation, the way we do for calculator, we can use all this. You can write in a single line all this statement, or you can do multiple lines, single line for the output. So now you can see this, it's giving the minus because everything I minus, right? So this is what the data type. Okay, so any question so far? You didn't understand or you have any question so far?
Hi, Makhan. Actually, yes. Dhaval here. I want to ask two questions. The first one is that, as you mentioned, that for string after the public static void main, the second string which you used as a object, or I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have quoted in double quotes.
Yeah.
However, the same thing which you have quoted in the character, it's in single quote. I mean, in both the way, both the both the you can say data type, you have defined the value,
Hmm.
but why the single quote and double
Oh,
quote?
yeah, yeah. So the char means character. So it's only allow a single alphabet. Okay. Suppose I am trying to do, if I am trying to just add one more alphabet, it is giving me error. Okay, so that means this is not allowed. Too many characters, you can see the pop-up, right? Too many characters in character means it's not allowed. Okay, so that character data type only you can use a single uh, you know single word, like single alphabet. Okay, but in case of string, you can make a sentence or anything, like 100 lines of sentence you can put in string. So double quote is only for the string value, but whereas the single quote is only for a initial, like there in form there may be some example, right? Are you married? No. Are you gender and all, right? So we use M male or F female, right? This kind of for that kind of data types, this is they can use it. Did I answer your question, Dhaval?
Uh, yeah,
Do you have
actually,
doubt?
Yeah, I have a little doubt. I mean,
Okay.
I mean, like for instance,
Well,
carrot. Yes, I believe Ravi was saying something.
well, let me answer your question. Yeah, let me answer your question. So this is Java standards where character should be defined with a single okay, and where the string should be defined with a double quotes. So it's a Java standards. And character, as Makhan said, that character is a single character, where string is a stream of characters. So string can be having multiple characters. So there is doesn't mean what is the I mean it doesn't define that character should be used with a double quote, but it's a Java standard that character should be used with a single quotes and string will be used should be used with the double quotes. But when it comes to Python, it doesn't even matter. In string, whether you use a single quotes or double quotes. But Java, yes, it's a strict programming language. So you should use string double quotes and character as a single quotes. Yeah.
Yes, actually. But I have one more question on the same. Like, for instance, if the both the quoting, I mean, is doing the same purpose. I mean, one is for the single one. If I just put double quote to the character, will I get an error? Like, I mean,
Yeah,
instead of
absolutely.
so
Absolutely, you get
that
there.
Yes,
And
you will
if
get error. See, I have given double quote.
I think it's a
Now you are
Java
getting
standard. So
error.
they define a way that. Hmm.
Can you
Okay,
see the
understood.
pop-up, Dhaval?
yes, Makan.
Required type is char, okay, and provided string. That means you have selected the data type as a character and you are giving string. That means it is giving you, alert. You can't use this way, okay. So it is giving you a suggestion, change variable C type to string. So it is giving you at the same time, it is giving you the suggestion if you are not well aware about these things. So it is also helping you to give you the hint, boss, you are doing wrong thing, do one thing, make as a string, okay. C, it's the variable, you can, so this is what, so you can't use, especially this is designed for a single alphabet, okay, this char data type, that's why we are using.
Understood. Thank you, Makan. Thank you, Ravi.
And one
Anyone?
more thing. Yeah. So and one more thing, guys. I think Java is strongly typed language. So what is the meaning of it? Even if you miss a single instance, even if you miss a single character or a single quotation or something like that, then definitely it will give you the error. So it's that's the reason that it's called as a strongly typed language. So syntax is very strong here. You can't make a mistake. Where when it comes to Python, so even if you don't add the semicolon, it doesn't even matter there. But here, definitely it matters.
Yeah, and even anywhere like syntax are, it's fixed, you can't make any changes, but there is only one place where you can do, you can, put your any things, okay. Suppose here you can see public, you can't make any changes, it should be public, or access modifier, whatever is there, default, or private. Static you can't make change, because static, if you need this value without calling the, that thing will come later, okay. Now only where you can see the arg, I can make as a double, okay. It will still allow me, it will not give me any error. So I has changed the name with double. Now if I run the code, I will not get any error. Only this is the area where you can make your customization name, but obviously we don't do. Just for your knowledge, I just tell you that you can only make the changes here, you are allowed to put anything, okay. This is only the place, okay. Rest all you can't make anything. So now you can see I got the hello, right? So rest all I commented, that's why I'm not getting. So commented also I covered. If you don't want for other, these lines, you can just make comment. So you can see even I put double, but I'm getting still the output. So this is only the area you can make changes. Otherwise you can't play with the syntax, it should be very, the way it should be happen, you have to follow all these things. I hope data type it's clear. And it's guys, it's not about the session. You can't just attend and you can learn Java. It's not something. 2 years back, I also learned Java, Selenium, and all. Still, I am learning. Do practice is very very important thing to get some, like, otherwise you will miss it. You need at least decent amount of time every day, at least 1 hour. Just try to just learn whatever we cover, create some class, and try to put come up with the questions. Okay, if instead of integer, if I put something boolean and I put like this, will I get error or what? Okay, so that kind of experiment you can do, the way Dhaval asked, why this single quote double quote logic, right? So once you start doing it on your system, obviously you will have a more clarity. Seriously, I'm saying. Okay, in 1 hour it's not sufficient to understand the data types. Literally it is not possible. Only it's possible if you do mistake, and mistake, this is expected. You have to do mistake, otherwise you can't. Even you people are directly, we are writing code here, but when I was learn, I used to do only in notepad. Okay, and I used to use run this program from command prompt. Not even I was lucky to get this ID. So it's all about the how you put your extra hours. At least 1 hour you give, you can do it. So that's all from my end for today. If anyone has any question, they can proceed. Otherwise, we can wind up this session for today, and we'll meet tomorrow again, 10 o'clock.
Okay, thank you, Makhan. But how about the environment setup?
For that, Ravi and Shiva and other, I have already uploaded videos. Okay, just go to my channel playlist, and you will get the Java how to set up and all. Okay, I think it's 10-15 minutes of video and very easy to, like, install. You can install it. Just watch the video, you can get it. And same for IntelliJ ID also I uploaded. I didn't check, but it's there in my channel.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and one more thing, especially it may make you boring for few classes, because we are just using data type, these, that, and all. When you come to the OOPS concept, I will tell you, guaranteed you will enjoy the sessions. Okay, but these are the foundation. Okay, these are the your base. If your base is not strong, you can't do programming or coding. Okay, so this is the base. So just focus on the data type. Whenever you get time, just work on that. Okay, you have 1 week, so just do practice every day. Create class and use all kind of data types. Okay, Ravi, do you want to add anything? Ravi, are you there?
No, maybe.
I think he left, maybe.
No,
No, he's there.
no,
But
I'm here.
yeah,
Okay, no, I'm
yeah,
saying
Due to some,
yeah, we are seeking some word from you.
don't make me embarrassed, man. Just I was saying that if you have any doubt, you can ask. I don't have anything to say.
No, no, just a ending note from you.
I think nothing. Just so tomorrow, I think tomorrow will be the best session that we are going to have. So at least we can see few programs and we can dwell into more in Java. That's it.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank
Ravi,
you much.
Makhan, for this session and wonderful insight of the Java.
yeah.
No problem.
Don't skip anyone tomorrow. I know it's a boring session, but don't skip.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye,
Thank you.
guys.
Have a
Bye.
good
Bye.
weekend. Bye.
Bye. Happy weekend.
Bye.